Hello, everyone. This is Paul with My Reseller Genie, and today I'm going to be shooting an updated video for GoDaddy users. So back when GoDaddy first announced that they were going to be shutting things down, we made a video showing how to get the GoDaddy transactions file into My Reseller Genie. And since that time, we've added some more functionality, which makes that process a lot easier. So that's what we're going to be showing in this video, how to take the GoDaddy transaction report and put it into Genie. All right, so if you're looking at my screen, which of course you are because that's what's recording. So on my screen, I have the GoDaddy transaction report. And this one is for January 1st through May 24th of the current year. I'd recommend just putting in the data from the current year. And then saving any prior transactions just for historical activity. So what we're going to do is basically build two uploads. We're going to build a sales upload and we're going to build an expense upload. So we're going to start off building our sales upload. And in order to do that, I'm going to apply filters to these columns and filter this category here for just the revenue. So we got sales and shipping income, and these are the two revenue categories that we have here. So I'm going to filter for those, and next I'm going to go into My Reseller Genie, and if you go into initial imports and then click all other platforms, step 2 upload sales, and then template, that's going to download a CSV file that has a template. Well, that is the template for uploading sales to My Reseller Genie. So there's a whole bunch of headers here. They're not all required. It's just what My Reseller Genie tracks that you can upload. So let me go back to the transaction report, and we're basically going to copy and paste what we have here into the template. So we'll start with the date, copy all those dates, and paste it into sale date. Then we go back, and we've got payee description. So I'll put payee here, copy that. I'll put it into the notes, and then when we go back, I'll grab this description and I'll make that my item title. There we go. All right. And we're going to ignore this category and then just go to amount, copy the amounts, and paste them into sale price. All right, so we've taken everything from the GoDaddy transactions file that we have and pasted it into the Genie template. Now, like I said, Genie tracks a lot of stuff here. It tracks more stuff than GoDaddy did on the sale, but you don't need to have all this information. The one thing you will need to put in is a purchase date. Now, if you are using the cash inventory method, purchase date doesn't really matter. Neither does purchase price. And so you can just put in like 1/1/2022, just any arbitrary date, really, and paste it all the way down. And then for purchase price, you can just leave it blank. If you're using the accrual inventory method, the purchase date would be the date that you purchased the item and the price you purchased it for. But most folks I've talked to from GoDaddy are using cash-based method, so it probably doesn't apply to you. All right, so now that we have all this information in here, I'm going to go ahead and save my template. I just hit Control-S to do that. And now if we go back to My Reseller Genie, we can just click Next. And if you got out of the screen accidentally, all you have to do is click Initial Imports, All Other Platforms, Step 2 Upload Sales, and then Next. Click to upload a file. All right. Now I selected my sales template, and now I can upload it. All right, so sales has been uploaded successfully. We saw that chart started to light up and illuminate. And once all those sales get loaded in, we'll have some data show up under profitability. But while we're waiting on that, next we can start getting the expenses uploaded. So I'm going to close my sales template and go back to my transaction report here. Now, these next steps will be a little bit different for everyone because you might have some different categories than the user whose report I'm working with. But what we're going to do is select all, and then we'll unselect sales and shipping income. And then we're going to unselect some other things. So transfer in and out, that's not an expense. That's cash moving in and out. Sales tax collected, that's not expense related. Returns, we have a different process for that. Hide, that doesn't sound like something we want to record. Okay, great. So these are all the expenses that we need to upload. And we're basically going to do the same thing we did before. It'll be a little different, but it'll be basically the same thing. So go back into my Reseller Genie and click on the expense detail. All right. And things might be a little slow if you have a bunch of sales you're uploaded. That's what's going on with me right now. But once I'm in expenses, I click bulk upload and then template. And that's going to download a file for me, which is similar to the sales template, but instead it's got headers for expenses. So when I open that up, if my computer will hurry up. All right, so yeah, I got these 4 headers here. I got general ledger account, amount, date, and description. So general ledger account, if you're not familiar with accounting terminology, that's basically how accountants say expense category. So I'm just going to copy my category in here, and we can either leave it exactly how you have it, or you could change these general ledger accounts to match up with some of the accounts in my Reseller Genie. That's up to you. The next up is amount. Now, this is going to require just a tiny bit of spreadsheet work. We'll copy all the amounts. And if you notice, all these amounts are shown up as negatives. So I'm going to copy it over here in column E. And then in column B, I can just type minus this. So that tells me I want to reverse the sign on all of these because they show as negatives in the transaction detail, and we want to upload them as positives to the expense detail. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry. That's just what you need to do. So get it done and things will work out. All right, so once you copy that formula all the way down, you can select this whole column, copy it, and then if you right click here, so you paste values. What that does is it removes the formula and just pastes the value into the cell that you have. So I can delete this column and these values stay the same. All right, so next up, we've got date. So let's go back to transaction report and pull the date. All right, so I've copied date in there. And then finally, description. Go back to transaction report, and I've got my description here, which I can copy and paste right there. All right, wonderful. So our expense template is built. So I'm just going to save it and then go back into my Reseller Genie. Click next on bulk expenses upload. Click to upload file. And here's the expense template that we just built. And I will upload that. All right, so you saw that there was an error before, but the expenses did actually get uploaded. So we'll need to work out that error so that it doesn't, pop up. But if you see it, just give it a second because the expenses are probably in the process of getting uploaded anyways. So yeah, now our expenses and our sales have been uploaded, which is great. So the last piece that we need to put into My Reseller Genie is your refunds/returns. And basically the way My Reseller Genie handles this is we attach the refunds and returns to a specific sale. So you would need to enter those manually. Right now, we don't have a way to upload refunds. So you'd find the sale, double click on it, and then click mark as returned. We've got a video, which I'll link in the description of this one, that talks through that process. But if you have any questions about how to do it, just reach out to us. We're always happy to help. We'll get back to you at the most within 24 hours. So thanks so much and hope this is helpful.